What if engagement wasn't something you had to chase, but something you could design? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this video today. So often we think that lasting engagement comes from more content, more emails, or even more touch points like the likes, comments, things like that. But it's not about doing more. It's about creating a journey where your members feel seen, safe, and significant every step of the way. In this episode, I'm sharing how to design your member journey so engagement isn't a metric, just a feeling that your members can actually live. Hi, I'm Nikki Cali, founder of Wisdome and co-creator of Soul by System by Scale Accelerator Program with Kirsten Wilson. We help coaches, course creators, and community builders simplify their systems and scale with ease, all without losing that human connection, because that is what's important. So let's dive in. If you've ever felt that spark in your community fade, or feel like it's starting to fade, let's say even as well, then this one's for you, because today we're going to be diving into how to turn engagement from a drop-off point into just a lasting journey that your members will never want to leave. Before we design anything, we have to understand something simple, but it's powerful at the same time. Engagement starts with emotion, not activity. We need to answer that question, why are they here in the first place? When people feel curious, safe and included, they naturally connect and they will contribute to comments, things like that. And it's curiosity that actually keeps people coming back to explore. It's empathy that makes them stay when life gets a bit busy. And it's kindness and consistency that turns that participation into belonging. So ask yourself one simple question here at this particular point. How do my members feel at every stage of their journey? Because that's actually the blueprint of everything that follows. So in this portion of the video, I'm just going to go through the 3 phases of a member journey. It's very high level, but at least this will sort of help that, that momentum. I'll plant the seeds at least in a sense. So let's break it down into 3 clear phases. The first one is the arrival. I belong here. And this is the welcome stage, right? Members should immediately feel this space is the space for me, right? It's not about flooding them with information. It's actually about affirmation, confirming why they should be in your membership, your community. And use clear orientation, warm welcomes, and early wins that just build that confidence. And an example could be your first step challenge or spotlighting new members introduction. It just tells them that they matter. So the second one is the connection. I'm seen and I'm valued. And this is where that true engagement portion of it is actually nurtured. Spotlight member stories. So invite your members in, invite them to contribute ideas, share experiences, or even just to support others. And when people feel recognized, they shift from that consumer mindset to actually being a participant, actually having some sort of ownership, investment in your community. So remember, your goal isn't to make them feel like they have to interact more. It's actually to make them care more. So the third one is all about making them feel like I'm growing, I'm giving back. The continuum. This is where belonging actually deepens into the loyalty. It's becoming even more now. This is where you create pathways for members to lead as mentors, facilitators, or ambassadors. Engagement becomes self-sustaining in a sense, basically, because the leader members are communicating and engaging with the new members. And I've talked about this in our other previous videos as well. And I'll link one of them below there, which is really talking about this aspect. But they no longer just participate in your community. They actually become more, I guess you could say they protect your community in a way, but they promote it at the same time. Because they have that loyalty, because they have that ownership, they become the best spokespeople for you. So here is what I call, and I think a lot of people do tend to call this, the circuit breaker approach. And it tends to be something where you bring something unexpected, in a sense, to reawaken that connection with your members. And it could be something like a live story share. It could be a surprise challenge. It could be a behind the scenes update. But it just reminds people who are a part of your community why they joined in the first place. And it's about sparking curiosity again, to be honest. And that's all because curiosity is the antidote to complacency. Now, this section here is where we're going to be talking about designing for longevity. Long-term engagement is about constant stimulation. It's just about the rhythm. And I've talked about this before. Plan your member journey like a heartbeat. Moments of action, moments of reflection, moments of rest. Give your members time to absorb, apply what you're sharing, and even to celebrate. That's how they find meaning in what you all do together as part of a community. And when you design for emotion and rhythm, you don't just retain members, you actually create advocates because they're in that rhythm. They love it and they become part of it. So when people feel they belong, engagement can take care of itself. Design your member journey to make people feel that way. Curious, valued, and connected. Now, if you're ready to create a business and community that scales with meaning and especially that flow, that rhythm, then I'd love to invite you to check out more details on our Soul by System by Scale Accelerator program. And check out the Wisdome platform below. Learn more about Wisdome. We've got links and everything there, but also do not forget to subscribe because next we'll put up a video pretty soon on a masterclass that I did recently on mapping out your journey, your business and your client journey. So watch out for that video link that will be in the description below or it will be in our library. So subscribe so you don't miss it. See you next time.